Welcome to this video presentation here at Wimbledon Carriage Company. Here we have the BMW 420i M Sport convertible on a 21 plate. I'm going to start off by showing you around the outside of the car, and then we'll hop in and run through some of the controls. From the outside you can see it's a two-door car with alloy wheels finished in San Remo green, which looks fantastic. We're going to start off inside the boot area of the car first of all. As we approach the back of the car, you'll see we have those twin tailpipes. We've got reversing sensors. Given the fact that it's a convertible, a really decent amount of boot space available as well. Okay, so we're just going to work our way back around to the front of the car, and I mentioned we'll hop in and run through some controls on the inside. Now that we've done a full circle of it though, you can see the bodywork and alloy wheels are all in pristine condition the whole way around the car. Just briefly before we climb in, I think it's well worth seeing the interior from this exterior point of view. There's plenty to run through on the dashboard, so let's hop in and we'll do that right now. Okay, now that we're inside the car, we're going to start with the dials. Over on the left-hand side, we have the fuel gauge. We then have the speedometer. Over on the right-hand side, it will show you whether we have the coolant temperature gauge over on that side as well. In the center at the minute, we have satellite navigation information being displayed. You can, of course, change that. You can also change the information over on the right-hand side. And as you can see there, the total miles of this car are 23,010. Backing out to the steering wheel next, we have our cruise control, speed limiter. Over on the right-hand side, voice activation, stereo controls, and phone controls. Behind the steering wheel, the minus and plus paddles are so that you can change up and down a gear manually with this automatic gearbox. Over into the center next, we have the main screen for the car. So it is a touch screen, as you can see, but you don't have to use the touch screen. For example, the movement that we are making on the screen at the moment there is done, or being done, using the iDrive system, which is essentially this dial. The collection of buttons that surround it will take you to certain menus. For example, I've just pressed the home button, so we are now back on our home screen. And you can use the dial, as you can see, to navigate around that should you wish to. When it comes to music in this car, we of course have the radio, DAB and FM radio. If you want to listen to your own music, you can do so via Bluetooth audio. Screen mirroring, so your phone screen up on here, and then you can connect your mobile device down there for Bluetooth audio, for example. That is once you paired your phone, which is done under the phone heading. If we pop the vehicle into reverse, you'll see the full color reversing camera with guidelines that show you what direction the car is headed in relation to that image shown on the screen. Below that, we have our dual zone climate control. You can adjust the passenger temperature, driver temperature. You can increase and decrease the fan speed. You can determine what direction the air is being distributed in for the driver and for the passenger separately. When you're happy with those settings, air conditioning's on at the minute. You can turn that on and off from down here. You can hit auto. The car will now take full control to maintain those temperatures for you. Press auto again and you go back to whatever setting you had that on previously. Particularly handy for a convertible is the fact that we've got a heated driver and passenger seat, both with 3 separate heat settings each. Below that, we have the main volume for the stereo and a few physical buttons as well just there. This section will open up. We've got the key in there at the moment. 2 cup holders, a 12-volt charging socket, USB input is here as well. The gear lever for the fully automatic gearbox. We can turn off our traction control, parking sensors, and the stop and start system for the car. This button starts and stops the engine itself, so when you jump in the car, you just need to make sure the key is in here with you. Hit that button to start the car, same button to stop it, and you can change the driving setup of the car from here as well. Fairly self-explanatory as to what button does which thing. We have our electronic handbrake, and then the all-important roof button here. So lifting it up will bring the roof open, which I'm going to show you now. Okay, so as you lift the button up, the first thing that will happen is that the windows will all go down as the tailgate opens, which you can see happening at the back just there, and then the roof will fold down into that top section. The whole thing is particularly quick. You can take your hand off the button now once it makes that noise. If I was to keep my finger on there, the windows will all go back up again. The last thing I wanted to mention is the paperwork we hold for the car. So firstly, you can see the V5 registration document showing that this is a 2-owner car. And then in the envelope to the left-hand side just here is the spare key. So we have 2 keys in total. All that leaves me to say is thank you for taking the time to watch this video. If you'd like to come and see the car for yourself and have a test drive, or you'd like a live bespoke video tour of the car, please feel free to give us a call here at Wimbledon Carriage Company. We'd love to hear from you soon.